quote from Ali makes sense to me now. Like, I'm the greatest. I said it before I knew I was. And I was saying it way back then, but didn't care if people believe me or not. I just said it because it made me feel great. It's all about how you see yourself.
Do you think those moments in your youth where you were forced to defend yourself kind of were a bit of an awakening to get you to this point, or was it not until you got into Muay Thai that you decided you actually kind of like fighting?
No, I think inception, slowly, they've kind of just like planted seeds in me, because part of why I fight definitely is to prove to myself that I'm stronger and I'm smarter and I'm braver than I am. Because back then, like when I used to get bullied, I'd be shaking, my knees would be shaking, my body would be shaking, and oh, look at him, he's shaking, oh, he's scared. That's the narrative back then. But like now as I'm older, I realize it's just your body preparing for war. It's adrenaline surging through my adolescent body, and I didn't know what to do with it. I'm just like, it's just, and it's there, and you're shaking, you don't know, I don't know how to respond. But now as an adult, those same feelings still arise. Like I get the butterflies and I get that feel. I don't shake that much anymore. I know how to control it now. And it's not like controlling because I'm scared, it's controlling my adrenaline, controlling my flow. Because I know a lot of fighters, even at the highest level in the UFC, a few fighters who won't sleep the night before a fight or 2 days before a fight because they just, in their own head, they don't know how to control their own mind, they don't know how to control their own body. So for me, I know when to, I've done this for so long, man, my body just knows conflict now, so I'm like, all right. And when I'm backstage, when I start to get my hands wrapped and I can feel the nerves come through, I just breathe it away, control it like a flame. You fan it properly. If you don't fan it properly to a way where it'll help you, it can be useful. If not, a lot of people just, like when I was a kid, I just let it burn through me and I'm just like, I don't know, what am I gonna do with all this chakra, But like I said, I still get that now, but it's different. So yeah, there would be awakening moments that made me kind of feel like, you're not as weak as I am. Or I'm not as weak as I am. I thought I was, or I was made to believe I was.
When did you start thinking that being a full-time MMA fighter was a possibility for you?
Late 2008 or 2009, I'd say. No, 2009, early 2009. I think, like I said, UFC 90, I watched the Silva fight Patrick Cote, and I felt like, man, if he can do this, because that was the first time I watched him fight live, but before that it was all DVDs. So I felt like if he could do that to Patrick Cote, for whatever reason, I just felt like I could, I think it was fight number 4, I felt like I could be the best in the world from fight number 4. I just knew, I was like, you know what, if I really wanted to do this, I'd be the best at this. And I didn't know if it was true. Quote from Ali makes sense to me now. Like, I'm the greatest. I said it before I knew I was. And I was saying it way back then, but didn't care if people believe me or not. I just said it because it made me feel great. It's all about how you see yourself, what anyone else thinks.
Moving from Wanganui to Auckland to chase that, how did that go down with the parents?
Yeah, I was strategic with it, actually. I took my time. It was one night in Wanganui where I just felt like I'm done, because we had a bit of a scuffle outside the one pub that everyone goes to. And I was just like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm trying to make moves. And you can just tell when life puts pressure on you, you feel like you're under so much stress and you just want to, like, it's life trying to force you to make a move, to adjust, to move forward. And it can make you move back. A lot of people fall back, but for me, I had to move forward from that pressure, so I did. And yeah, my parents, I told them, like, I think a week beforehand, before I moved, and was it 3 days? It was either 3 days or a week before I moved, so that way they didn't have time to talk me out of it. It might have been a week before. Then they said, okay, just sit with this for a little bit, and I was like, I made my mind up. And then 3 days beforehand, they tried to talk me out of it, and I was like, no. And that's why I just chucked everything in my car. And then I think one Friday morning or Saturday, no, it might have been Friday because my mom went to work. I remember she woke me up crying before she went to work. And I was like, Mom, chill. And she was like, she just gave me some wise words and hugged me. And then, yeah, I left that day. Yeah, and like, they're happy now. They're like the biggest MMA fans, but I remember that day because she said some words to me that made me realize I can't let them down. As their firstborn, I can't let them down. So I'm happy I'm making them proud.
There was a wise rabbi once said, if I am I because you are you, and you are you because I am I, then I am not I and you are not you. In other words, we are not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other.